Good morning and welcome to Wednesday morning. It is today the 8th of December and another year almost in the books. We move on today in the Lord's Prayer, still Sermon on the Mount, Lord's Prayer, Matthew chapter 6, verse 13. But deliver us from evil. Deliver us from evil. Remember, we're on temptation for a couple of days, and lead us not into temptation. And the rest of that verse is, but deliver us from the evil one. In some translations, or just from evil. This one is by Earl Palmer. He's a Presbyterian pastor. I like the diversity in this book. I've told you that before. Different perspectives. It's great. It's great. Deliver us from Matthew 6:13, but deliver us from the evil one. Earl F. Palmer. Jesus Christ, the one who endured temptation, is the one who now in his sermon teaches us to pray, lead us not into temptation. But the good news is that we now know that Jesus himself stands with us in the face of the danger of temptation. He has taken hold of temptation and has recognized its threat. But more than that, Jesus has invited his disciples to bring this danger before our Father and seek his help. St. John Chrysostom tells us that by this prayer, deliver us from the evil one, we signal once and for all that we are engaged as Christians in a battle against all forms of evil, a battle that knows no truce. It is a battle in which we need God's resources because behind all evil at its source is the evil one. This means that there are many different kinds of evil. There are bad choices made by individual human beings. There is also the wider crisis of dehumanization that makes up evil in the social whole. And there is evil at the cosmic level of creation too. The 17th century Puritan Thomas Watson put it very well in his commentary on the Lord's Prayer, quote, Satan envies man's happiness. To see a clod of dust so near to God and himself, once a glorious angel cast out of heavenly paradise, makes him pursue mankind with inveterate hatred. Wow. Puritan Thomas Watson said that. He hates that we can be close to God since he got himself kicked out. Put it in a nutshell. But the prayer that Jesus teaches now has intervened in our behalf. The devil, and for that matter all forms of evil, have power, but they do not have final power. There is a boundary between the boundary of their terror, and this prayer recognizes that greater boundary. The power of this brief and crystal clear petition in the Lord's Prayer rests in its ability to set us free from the need to fear the evil one. This is the only sentence we need to make use of in order to exorcise demons and all of the evil charades of our generation. We must, in fact, beware of any exaggeration of the power of evil. It is never correct, either theologically or practically, to say, the devil made me do it. The devil only tempts. We are the ones who decide and act. Therefore, we are the ones that must ask for forgiveness, and we are the ones who must seek God's help and then thank him for his goodness and faithfulness. There is a larger battle before us than simply the contest between our own selfishness and the goodwill of God. Against such evil, therefore, there must be a warrior who fully understands the total scale of the battle. There is such a warrior, and only one. He who teaches this prayer is the one who must make the prayer possible. And this forms the profoundly messianic element in the prayer. Jesus Christ, and He alone, will win the battle against the evil one. The cross and the empty grave are the battlefields of that greater warfare. His victory fulfills this prayer. Therefore, our strength in the face of evil is the knowledge that Jesus Christ has the upper hand in that great struggle. But deliver us from the evil one. The realization comes that in His death, in His sacrifice, in His shed blood, in His resurrection, we have been delivered. The power is there. The victor is there. He now has, as John hears it said in heaven in the book of Revelation, He now has, Jesus now has the keys to death and hell. So, as Earl Palmer reminds us, the devil can tempt us, but we make the choice. The devil can't make us do it. We allow him to do it. And so Jesus says, make this a prayer when you're facing the enemy. Deliver us from the evil one. Lord, deliver me from the evil one when the temptations come. Allow me to tap into the strength that you give me through the cross and through this new life. Blessings to you today. Win the battle today. Win the battle. Surely the devil will come. He will tempt you. Maybe it's with an outburst of anger. Maybe it's with a lustful look. Maybe it's with a prideful thought of oneself. He comes in a host and a host and a host of different ways in the midst of life. Lord, deliver me from this evil one right now. The victory chant. Blessings to you today.